all right. Party people in the place to be, vandals, and all you people out there living illegal. This is a brand new episode of How Did We Get Here? And yeah, we breaking the law with this one. We're going full. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and let our expert on bootleg comics, our kind of resident outlaw here that just made one himself. Adrian, what are we talking about tonight, man?
Illegal activities.
Yeah, man. Taking it right to the line of fair use, man. I gotta say, like, I love the vibrato. You know what I mean? As a fan of comics in general, like I really hope that this like stays the thing that is happening. You know what I mean? Like I really enjoy it, and I kind of think that it's kind of cool that it looks like big hero comics are kind of, I don't know, maybe leaning into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Seeing it's like I haven't seen anybody kind of balk yet. Have you? You're kind of more in the scene than we are.
I haven't. It's funny. So the bootleg that I did, Revenge of the Spoon, was based off of the Tick, and I did get a little bit of flack from a writer who worked on a Tick book. I'm not dropping names, but a writer who followed Ben Edlund and did a whatever. So he kind of sort of gave me a bit of a you know, kind of like, well, this isn't your property and whatever, that kind of thing. So he kind of made me feel guilty, which basically made me kibosh the project like a year ago. So I just I put it completely off to the side. So, but everyone else is like, just do it. It gives a shit kind of thing. So it's, I don't know.
I don't know. Like in my opinion, like it's on parody. You know what I mean? Like and like that is supposed to be protected by fair use. But then again, copyright law hasn't always upheld that. But like the good thing is like you didn't particularly go after Big Two. You know what I mean? And I mean, Tick is a huge property that, like, I think is probably still optioned now. There's been several adaptations of it, so
Yeah.
like done a lot better than a lot of other indie comics. But I think what you did was fun. You know what I mean? You didn't like you didn't do like a horny book. You know, yours tends like more on that Adrian style of horror where it's just kind of uncomfortable with the characters. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that.
I wrote it like, it's funny because I did it for a couple of reasons, right? One of them was it was obviously I got inspired by the bootleg Spider-Man book. And also too, it's like in all honesty, I love the Tick, but my God, man, like some of the storylines, like some of the older comics, not the original run, but afterwards, some of the writing is kind of shit, right? It's just like, I don't know. The humor is just it was just not great. So I just kind of wanted to try something, I don't know, just my own take on it, right? So I think also kind of like goes back to like, I think I had the confidence to do it because like, my street art days, you know what I mean? So where you don't really have that fear when you're making art, right? And so that kind of kicked in a bit, and I need to. It's like I only got like a small handful of followers, right? I mean, 25% of them I'm talking to right now. So I really wasn't too concerned that I would, blow up or anything, right? Like I only had the book on online shop for like a week, and I took it down, and now it's all in person, and then
Yeah, I think that's a really smart plan too. To tell you the truth, not that like I think you're kowtowing or anything like that, but like I think that it's just proper. You know what I mean? To not like really try to compete with the property that you're like.
Oh God, no! There's no competition, right? I mean, I'm sure eventually someday down the line, Ben Edlund and all the other associated writers on the Tick will get a hold of this or hear about it, and then I may get a nasty letter at some point. I don't know. It's just that's just one of the risks, right? Like when you when really you take somebody else's property and and make a product out of it, right? Which is what I did. So it's
Yeah, but
in my opinion, it's like when a punk band does a cover of like a pop song. Remember like they used to have all those punk goes pop records and stuff like that. Like in my opinion, it's a bit like that. I mean, this is a little more like street punk. This is more like noise punk than like the typical stuff that would have been on one of those punk goes pop. But like,
Yeah, and that's how
It's
I
spirit
see it too. Yeah, it's a cover. I did a cover song. Really, that's what it is, right? So it's funny. I only made I did 100 of like the one cover, and I did 15 of the sketch covers. So it's that's the main cover there. So it's all, well, right, there was originally 100 of them. So anyway, so I opened up all my packages from the printer, and there was a little bit of a printing error in there. I'm not going to mention what it is, but there was a printing error that had nothing to do with the story or whatever, just some whatever quality issue. And I contacted the printer, and then I sent them a video of the issue, and they're like, yeah, no problem. So they sent me another 100 copies of the book. So there's technically there's a second printing already of this book, right?
Mm.
So which is kind of funny. So now I got this box of like a second printing, but I got no labels on this thing. I kept this thing like pretty bare bones on the inside, right? I have my name in the front cover, right? Easy for the lawyers to spot. And then the inside just had just the tick created by Ben Edlund. So I got to figure out with the second printing what I might do. I might do a stamp or something, I don't know.
But like we were talking, and it's not like you made this to make money. It's like fan fiction, right? You're just doing it for the hell of it, for the fun of it, because you're a fan of the character.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically, if you break even after all this, you'll be lucky. Like we're making a joke. If the lawyers come after you, it's like,
well, you know what? Actually,
what are you gonna sue me for? Debt? I
did actually break even already, which is
okay. There you go. Well,
but
let's not say that live then on stream.
In Canadian dollars, I broke even. American dollars, I'm completely fucked. But no, I rattled this thing off, and so when basically this all started when I got offered to buy a table at Montreal Comic Con, and I was like, great. And I'm like, well, shit, I need something, and I thought, well, fuck it, I'm gonna see if I can knock out like 20 pages in like 3 weeks, right, for a comic. I had like 4 pages kind of like sort of pieced together, and that was about it. So I just hunkered my ass like down and just knocked this bitch out in like 3 weeks. And I kept, it was all black and white, which is kind of funny because like I was always scared to do a black and white book because I was just always not really overly confident with just showing the line work. And but yeah, kept the 20 pages black and white, whatever. It kept the printing costs down. I was the only one involved in the book, right? And man, it was like honestly the best experience I ever had making a comic. Even like after like the thing with Scout and the sitter and all that, this was by far my favorite because I I was so focused on it, right? And just I don't know, just kind of like just shit that thing out.
And the art's really great in it, man. This is probably like some of my favorite art in any of them. I like that you drew the hell out of it, but like it also looks like you printed it out like on a Xerox. You know what I mean? It's almost got that kind of look to the art as well. Like I really dig it. It really like lives up to the bootleg name. But like, man, like you probably could like do legit tick books out of it.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's like I know like with doing this, like I knew I wouldn't draw him like you would normally think of the tick, right? So you could tell he's bootleg. Like he's almost like spectrumy, like he's not, yeah, he's like a Slavic tick, right? So yeah, but I don't know what it is. I just like, yeah, it was just this whole story, and it was like for the longest time, because whenever I think of a story, it's always in a shower, right, in the morning before work, and I'm like, I just like blow Arthur's head off, right, and it just that would always stuck with me. I'm gonna shoot him in the face, right, and that was always like, so
that's twisted.
Felt good about that.
Cool beans. Yeah. When you gave it to me, man, like I asked you if it was okay for me to post about it, and then I kind of never did. But I felt bad about that. It's not that like I didn't have anything to say.
I'm still waiting.
I just didn't want to give anything away, so I figured like us doing this episode and having you on to talk about it is kind of the best way we could ever promote it, anyways.
You know what? Post that shit. It's funny. It's like I was always worried about like spoilers, and all that, but I'm like, who the fuck am I, right? I'm just like, I'm not like, this isn't a Marvel movie, right? This is just like it's an indie whatever. Like there's underground, and then there's like me, right? I'm fucking like I'm under the mulch kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? And so it's like I'll throw that shit out, and if someone's listening, great. Then
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like if John Waters did a David Cronenberg film. You know what I mean? It's kind of the feel I got from it. Because like they're I don't want to give it away, but like yeah, the whole like Jarthur thing. You know what I mean? Like that that's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? And
It's basically Tick meets Venom. That's all it is,
yeah.
right? So it's just yeah. There's no other way
But
to
you don't
describe
know
it.
if Venom's real or if it's just if he's kind of just lost it. You know what I mean? Which is kind of the fun thing. Like you never know.
Well,
You never know if Tick's ever there, anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's kind of an underlying storyline in the comics as well, right? Like, is the Tick really a hero, or is he just living in his own little fantasy world?
yeah. There's always that too. It's funny. I was thinking about that too, right? Doing a twist like that, and I don't know. Seems kind of easy nowadays to do something like that. So no, he's just straight up what he is, right?
Well, you have a little Easter egg in there that would lend you to believe maybe he's a little. Yeah, you have
that's fucking deep cut.
Yeah, from the sitter.
Yeah. So really, I mean, I think 3 people are going to be like, "Oh my god," But it was funny. I was going to have it so because you never like we've never been exposed to who the Tick actually is, right? He's never taken off his mask, as far as I know. So I was going to have a moment where he was about to reveal himself, right? And so he was going to pull off his mask, and then I was going to turn to a page and just have a QR code to like a YouTube clip of Journey's "Don't Stop Believing," and just leave it at that, right? And just end it one shot. But I thought no one's going to get that.
What's that joke of the song? Is that the Journey song?
Yeah,
it always comes back to something.
Well, it's the end of Sopranos, right?
Yeah.
No, but what's that other joke? The internet viral joke of there's a song. It's so stupid. I had to ask what it was all about, and Johnny had to explain. Yes, that's it.
Rickrolling. We're playing Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up."
Do the QR code and do the Rick Astley thing.
The Rick and roll. Yeah, see, more people get that, right?
You should have done the Rick and roll.
Yeah, I know. But no, it's like now I got it all lined up. I can do Johnny. Follow up and all that. So really like push my luck. But it's funny. So Johnny, Joe and I, we just got a little conversation about writing our own bootleg.
Oh yeah, Joe's told me. Like I'm pretty excited. I was wondering.
I was laughing. So it's called Pervert Hulk, and basically it's like, so the story is like Hulk is just on this his typical rampage across America, but he's got like no pants on, right? So it's like he's basically like Hulk in a toddler style, right? Yeah. So it's the Hulk in a t-shirt, maybe a half tee, a mesh shirt or something. And then I was going to have it start off with U.S. agents, and he's being debriefed by General Ross. He's basically being given a task to like hunt down Pervert Hulk, right? The mission's going to be called Pervert Hulk, right? And so he ends up picking, what do we say, Thor as his partner or something?
Thor.
Yeah. So it's going to turn into this whole buddy cop kind of thing. And then, just like
then
fucking gross. Yeah.
You guys are going to go NSFW with this, right? Kind of, are you going to go full Death of Power, or are we talking kind of more Savage Street Vigilante? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I like the idea with Ant-Man, right? Like maybe like do the whole Thanos thing, but
him jumping up his butt.
Oh no, I'm thinking the other end.
Oh.
Where Ant-Man's testing for STDs.
He's gonna fight mutant sperms. With teeth.
Oh my god, yeah. So I'm so excited about this one. I don't know why it's in the back of my head. I'm just thinking about it constantly, right? And I was explaining it to my family too, and they're just like,
"What the fuck?"
Yeah, basically. So it's gonna be good.
Speaking of which, though, man, to tell you the truth, like, there are some kind of like big names jumping on this, kind of genre as well. Like, do you think that like maybe like people like Mahfood, like who would actually kind of like, kind of actually like be a threat to Big Two? Do you think that he might bring a new focus to this thing? You know what I mean? Kind of.
Well, the Sewer Boys too. He's
Sewer Boys is a tasteful thing. They just kind of redraw.
yes, but he's in Sewer Boys too. I think he does a few pages.
Okay. Well, I mean, like that's way different though than
Yeah,
what
they
he
call
does.
that a remix, is what they're referring to that as.
Yeah, and it's just and it's pretty tasteful. At least the Ninja Turtles one. I haven't read the X-Men one yet.
That one's done, so I should be getting the PDF soon. The Kickstarter just ended a few weeks ago, so.
But I mean, the
What's
Ninja
the background with this one?
This was issue 1. They did a issue 1 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Sewer Boys 1.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a bunch of different artists, and they picked a few pages, and they just retold the story in their own styles or changed it. So they each got like.
And
so
there's several artists on several pages too. Like,
yeah.
So like you'll get like maybe 10 versions of one page, 3 versions of the next page, and then some pages will just have one version. Like it's a really neat book, and it's really cool because some people don't just draw the Ninja Turtles. Like one person drew like one of the Cowboys of Moon Mesa and the one Street Shark and one of the Stalions, I think. You know, all the different.
That was Anthony's page.
Yeah.
Anthony Catalan. And one guy just did the new Fantastic Four for his page with Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine.
See, I don't see like that kind of thing, and like Weapon Ek. You know, I don't see like that really getting jumped on because like they are literally just kind of retooling, like just redoing the book. You know what I mean? Just with up and coming artists trying to do their best to like nail that nailing that Weapon X style. You know what I mean? It's basically just the retelling of the original.
Yeah, this is 100 Comics, and they also do a Batman one. Year
Batman
1.
89, right?
No, Batman Year 1.
Okay, and it's just
Year 0, Year 1.
Year 1, yeah. The Frank Miller.
Yeah, they that was their one they did after, and pretty much a similar lineup of artists. I think they had over 50 artists on this.
Yeah,
they each do like 1 to 5 pages, depending.
Our boy,
there's the list. Those 4 boxes are the list of artists that contributed.
That's
our boy Slapstick Sam Blanchard. He had 6 pages in that, I think.
Let's see.
You can also get it
first
paperback. And
let's see. Here we go. His first page. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he did 3 pages, and he did one of the variant covers of it.
He's one of the guys that really drew our eye to these kind of projects too. Like he kind of I remember I had backed Jim Rugg's October Arena, and I didn't really know that was a bootleg at the time. And then like
really?
Yeah, but that character is what do you call it? Public domain.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still basically a bootleg. But like, yeah, Jim Rugg did the Black Light comic, and then there's the 3 different PDFs, all different color schemes. But like, since you can't do black light on digital, like, so there's a neon version, a black and white version, and another really kind of goofy color version. But yeah, Sam really kind of started telling us about that character, and kind of started telling us about books like Wizard, which was Ringside Trilogy. We got Matthew Allison on the cover, beautiful. This was done actually by the Kayfabe guys when they were still around.
Yeah,
may he rest in peace as well. But yeah, Jim Rugg, he's really kind of like they kind of ushered in my opinion, because like they also brought people's eye to the fact that like Tim Vigil did a 5-page Batman bootleg called The Terrifying Crimson Bat. You can get this for $10 on the website Sisters of Mercy. Like I tracked that down. I haven't been able to get my hands on it, but like that's a pretty good deal, I guess. I mean, it's a 5-pager, but it is by
that's worth it. Yeah.
No,
shit like that's always worth it.
He also did like a Faust crossover with the Crow. Like you can only kind of get from him at cons, I think. Yeah, I definitely would want to check that out, even if it is just an ash can. I think it is just full of sketches that he did.
And it's interesting too. He's using like the full character's name, right? Like on the cover.
Yeah,
with the font and everything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like so that's one thing. It's like I always kind of wonder about. It's like, what is it like? How do you get away with it? Right. I mean, like I don't know. Like, has anyone ever gotten in trouble?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
I mean,
somebody like Monty Keene, like he literally called his Bootleg Spider-Man. He's getting his name is Peter Parker. Like he's married to thick MJ. You know what I mean? Like it's a Spider-Man comic, but like not really. Like it's his own take on like what happened to Spider-Man after.
But I mean,
kind of.
I think the only thing they can really do is a cease and desist letter, right? I mean, they can't really get much out of these creators that are doing it, really, like because the books themselves aren't generating a livable income. You know, like
no, they're mostly vanity projects and just they're just because a lot of us, right, we're never going to get an opportunity to write or draw for these characters, so we just kind of take it upon ourselves to
for now till they become public domain. I think Superman's 82, so he's got another 18 years and he's public domain.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld's been threatening people that he'll be doing a Superman story when that happens. So
whatever.
A lot of people are already doing the Steamboat Willie, right?
Yeah.
That became public domain in the middle of the pandemic, I believe.
Yeah, Marco Fonatali's been doing a lot of that lately. Yeah.
So, which is funny because like the original comic books a court drama was done, like I forget the hippie dude's name who did like Sky Pirates, but like basically he did his own bootleg Spider-Man comic and he got sued big time in like I think the 1970s. Which I think that, like he's able to reprint them now though. Like
I think that was one thing I was a little bit worried about, right? Because like with the Tick, it's not that hard to get a hold of Ben Edlund or at least get him to focus attention on it, right? Because it's not like it's not the big two, you know what I mean? Like a big two, you kind of feel like you sort of like can kind of get lost in the crowd, right? Because how many of you guys doing Batman bootlegs, right, or Spider-Man bootlegs, right? I'm sure there's a few out there, quite a few out there. But when you're doing something a little more, a little more niche, I guess, right? Then maybe it's a little bit of worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like Joe gave me a book like a while back that like they really like play with the Charles Schultz comic strip mentality. Nice. And like it's pretty brutal. I mean, like it's funny, but like Weapon Brown is great. You know what I mean? And like I think that the Charles Schultz estate would be very litigious about this kind of thing. But they say, as far as I know, they seem to have a sense of humor. I know that he did a second book of this, right, Joe?
Yeah,
recently.
Yeah,
that's great.
About a year or two ago. Yeah,
that's another one of the earlier ones that we kind of like really kind of got into and thought was great because like he doesn't just kind of play with just Charles Schultz too, because like Popeye shows up.
Popeye's in it, yeah.
So like he kind of does a couple different comic strips, but like it's cool. And like you said, like about the people never been able to draw, like maybe not getting to work for Big Two. Like our another friend of the show, Aaron Reese, he did his own Spider-Man, which was really cool. And it's just like basically a straight up like Spider-Man comes home from fighting and Mary Jane wants to go to sleep, but she wants him to tell her the story of him fighting with Sandman, and that's basically what this book is. It's just
a bedtime story.
That's cool.
Like, it's really just Aaron Reese showing like his mad skills, man. Like he drew the fuck out of it. The late 9-page book, man.
But this is stuff though, like it's funny, like this is just stuff we did as a kid, like we would just make up stories, like we would draw, our favorite superheroes and whatever settings and all that, right? And now, here we are, much older and somewhat a little more refined in our work, that we're able to just kind of, it's all for fun. It really is for fun, right? So I don't know. I mean, you kind of hope you get a compliment, from the creator or whatever, but
I mean, in my opinion, all the ones that are coming out right now are so much fun that like if the creators really get pissy, like I don't know, like it's like the commenter here said, you know what I mean, like they say about people who can't take a joke or flattery, you know what I mean? Because in my opinion, like that's kind of what this is. And I mean, like you get all different kinds. Like me and Joe, we also really like this guy Kurt Burdick. He's up and coming. He just kind of like signed
this.
I got this. I did get this. I did the Kickstarter.
This goes wild, but it's so much fucking fun, right? Like
it's raunchy as fuck.
It's a beautifully drawn book. Oh, like just flipping through it alone is
he does at least one double splash each.
Look at that.
Each issue.
Posters.
And I mean, like the sexual stuff, like this one is basically a Tijuana Bible, but it's got a great story as well. In my opinion, it's kind of like the Tijuana Bible version of Darwin Cook's New Frontier. You know what I mean? Like it is a damn good DC Comics Justice League story in its own right. But like, yeah, you get this, him punching up Doomsday's ass and like ripping his colon out, and what Doomsday does to his face with
look at that.
Particular hammerhead member of his body. And Joe's favorite page, I know, like, oh no, that's my favorite page. No, where's Joe's favorite page?
It's the Flash.
Yeah, no, I know. I thought I grabbed it.
I laughed when I got to that part.
I must have not uploaded right. Damn it, my bad. But yeah,
the Flash where he's jerking off to a tortoise. He's like, oh, so slow.
Yeah.
People that are slow turn him on. I started cracking up, man.
And this Aquaman, dude, like, it's basically what like you figured, but like he went there, you know what I mean? Like, and he showed it in really fun detail. And the best thing is he doesn't overdo it. He doesn't try to make this scene too long. Like, this is as long as the Aquaman scene is, but like, you get it. You know,
and I love the arrows because it's super important what order you make sure you do it in the right order because it's I gotta like. This is a 10 on 10 for me, man.
Yeah,
Death of Power. I mean, his coloring, the whole book. It's a masterpiece.
Gorgeous. It's fucking curvy to the bone, but like it's even more lush in my opinion because he like plays with his coloring more.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book.
Yeah,
And you get like a little boy. You know what I mean? You see certain things and it just makes you cackle. Like it's like.
If he makes a collected edition, then I'll definitely back the physical. Yeah. Once he puts out, I've just been doing the PDFs.
I would like to
which
get a
sucks because he never does a PDF for the single issues. It's always for his entire collection of books, the PDF tier. So it's like I've already backed all your PDF stuff. Just give me the one book. So then I always wait like 3 issues before doing the PDF thing again because it's you have to pay for everything. So I'm like, fuck.
But there's 6 out for it now, and like I think that it's kind of coming to an end. I don't know. Like
no, actually, I just saw on Instagram. July is the next chapter.
Jesus,
Kickstarter's coming out in July for chapter 7 or book 7.
It's great. Like all of Kurt's stuff's great though, man. I also love his other book, Galacto Pit Fighter. Like it is. It's just that one just focuses on the violence. There's not really any sexy stuff, and not that I could actually call like Death of Power sexy. Sure, there is a
it's
lot.
Raunchy. It's raunchy,
but like none of it is you're gonna find hot. Like the Batman scene, like you're gonna giggle at it because like it's definitely things that like little boys have always fucking joked about.
But man, those splash.
That's bootleg though, right? Bootleg, it gives you license for that college humor. You know what I mean? Like. Really, because a lot of times, like you make the shit just to get your buddies a few laughs, right?
Yeah,
but man, that one's like professional level,
and it's made him notorious, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's gonna like kind of have like, dude, did you see his like naughty book? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I highly recommend in July. If people haven't checked Death of Power out, go back that Kickstarter come July because, it's you have to enjoy that type of humor. But I love that type of humor. So, I mean, this book is just funny and like just beyond reproach from a visual standpoint. It's fantastic. And it's a quick read, really. Like each issue is 12 pages about?
The first one was really short, but after that, they're about 20 pages.
Are they 20? Okay. But they're a lot of action, all like 90% action. So it's a really quick paced book with
there are small parts with dialogue. But like even that's like the funny parts, you know what I mean? That's when they kind of just explain kind of how like Lex Luthor in this is also Zod and what's his name? Darkseid.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of a mix of all 3 characters. And like dude, the Darkseid scenes are hilarious with his big like caterpillar cock.
Yeah. There's a lot of penises. There's a lot of cock in this.
Dingers.
No. Yeah, padingers. Yeah, there's a lot of padingers in this book.
Dicks for days.
Yep, at least one per issue, anyway. At least one.
No, I just love like the the no fucks approach to it. You know what I mean? Like he could just have at her, right? So yeah.
And I'm enjoying the narrative. I want to see what happens with like the headless Superman. What's going on with him, and like what happened with the newly put back together Wonder Woman with like the Doctor Fate mask. Like he's doing all kinds of fun.
We'll have to reach out to him and get him on the show, because I'm really curious to know if that first issue was like Superman versus Doomsday, right? His take on that.
I think
whole death of Superman. And I wonder if he was like, I'll do this. And it was so well received that the Kickstarter did gangbusters that he's like, I guess I could, like, he had a backup plan. I'll keep the story going. I don't know. I'd love to ask him.
Like that, dude. Like, he gave this away with the second, and I do believe that he just meant to do a one shot, and like he gave it away for free with the second issue of
Galacto
Pit Fighter, yeah. And I think he just meant it to kind of be a Kickstarter giveaway, and like it was just so well received that it has eclipsed his other projects like Galacto Pit Fighter and his fairy book, which is like the different pieces of work that he has released that I've been able to read, like they're just so varied. But like, man, like he is just an incredible talent. Like I would love to talk to him, but I think that like, he saw that there is a missing place in this style of comic books with this kind of book, and I like he really is taking it above and beyond though, because like it is actually fun to read. It's not just a gross smut book, to get.
And that Sewer Boys 2, that's they're doing, it's the giant size X-Men.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
it's not it's not a Turtles thing anymore. This one.
Well, yeah, I figured it was X-Men because of the cover.
Yeah, it's giant size X-Men. They're redoing it. They're remixing. They like to say giant size X-Men.
Okay. So do they follow the original stories at all, or do they?
That's it. They take the original story, and the artists kind of have liberty to interpret it the way they want.
Okay.
But they kind of keep it to the same page layouts and stuff like that, very similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that the story is, But like Johnny was saying, sometimes you'll get like 3 page 3s in a row, because there'll be 3 different artists doing that page, their take on that page. So
really?
Like it's a like 22 page comic that's like turns into 100 pages.
Yeah. So this is like
hard to read though. Like, does that kind of make it
a bit?
You get used to it after the first few times, so then you kind of get it. Yeah, because it's the same dialogue, right? So you're reading the same dialogue, and that's where the tell is, where you're reading the same page because the dialogue is the same.
Okay.
That's basically what they keep intact is the dialogue, and the rest they do their own interpretation visually.
Okay.
This is a 48 page book, so like, this is probably going to be about 100 pages when it's done.
They got a lot. They've got way more artists on this one than the last one.
That's what I saw, because I looked at the Kickstarter. I saw that it finished April, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. I think the proofs came back on the updates. They got their proofs back from the printer, which means probably going to be starting to fulfill soon. So.
And this is still with Erwin Papa, the Ink Drink Long Beach
crew. Yeah,
cool.
Ink and Drink Long Beach. Him and Kavanaugh, is that his name?
Al Jaffa does a lot of art with him.
There's him and another guy are the ones that kind of run the show for that.
A lot of Kickstarter, a lot of Instagram guys. You know what I mean? It's like. You'll recognize the names, you know what I mean? Like I always do.
How do they pay for all those artists? Like,
it's a passion project. I think it's just they submit. If you want to jump on, you submit, and they pick people, and it's kind of like a community type thing. It's a community of artists. They have their own Discord and stuff.
Was the ones that Schlepsik did, like basically like every Wednesday they'd get together and there would be like a prompt basically, and like you'd have a certain amount of time to do like I think 4 to 6 pages
Okay.
And then you just kind of put it out, and like if it did really well, like they would actually collect them and put them out. Like that was the Ringside Trilogy uh, Facebook page, I believe, that
Yeah.
like he used to work with, which I think Erwin Papa's people are kind of the same. He just kind of has slightly more famous people
Yeah.
than
Well, they've gotten bigger and bigger with each passing year, right? So, yeah, yeah, and they do their weekly draw. They have a digital drawing board that people can just come in and they all draw together, and then they post it every week. So,
Okay.
he's got a Kickstarter coming out soon too, Erwin. Angry Warrior. It looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Yeah.
But back to the topic at hand, though. Like I really, really like how this genre is kind of sprung up, because like I did always enjoy kind of like the superhero deconstructions, like the stuff that Alan Moore and Grant Morrison would do when they would kind of make their own books that somewhat spoofed DC, or like they would put out by Image and stuff. But like I kind of really like the boldness that these kids are having. You know what I mean? Like I always go back to Mahdi, because he's kind of like the guy that kind of like, I don't know, put a bit of a magnifying glass on it, you know what I mean? And he's done some of the funniest ones, in my opinion. Like Martin Man, like I didn't think I would end up liking Martin Man as much as I did, dude. But it is so hilarious, like,
yeah.
And
but just like, the joke too is good.
Yeah, the
runt cunt.
Yeah, just the simple wordplay that is what precipitates the whole story is hilarious. Yeah, it's basically set on one wordplay. But like he legit like has Wolverine in the book. Like they talk about Logan, you know what I mean? Like
because Martin is his younger brother. No, his older brother. Yeah,
Martin's, and he got he's got feather bones basically. So he's kind of the opposite of Wolverine too. So his little claw, he's got 6 claws that come out, but they're basically just hollow. So like he runs at people and they just splinter and shatter as soon as he makes contact. So like, but like he's always attacking his neighbors having barbecues, and they're like, "Oi, fuck off, cunt!" And he's like, "Did you just call me a runt?" "No, I fucking did not."
Yeah. He hates being called a runt, but
nobody ever calls him that though.
They always call him a cunt. He's like, "You call me a runt?" That was good. I like that one. Then the other one that really surprised me was the Pussy Thief. I didn't even know this was like a parody comic till like I thought it was gonna be a 70s exploitation type thing.
Well, it is at the same time, but like
it is. But I mean, yeah, it's based off Batman and Catwoman, basically. Yeah. But the talking pussy is just. I had the exact same reaction that Adrian did. That's a turn page, right? You turn the page, and it's like.
Fuck! I'm totally ordering this thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you read that?
No, I've never even heard of this actually. So this is my first. This is my first reaction to it.
I'll hook you up after the show, man.
This is fucking brilliant.
There's a really good side gag that kind of comes back at the end once you get like kind of to the twist of the book, and like it is.
It was good, yeah.
It's kind of my favorite Batman spoof that I've read yet.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. But also we talked about him a bit before, man. And then we've covered this but like I think it deserves to get re-brought up, because like this is a really wild, really fun, and like I said, he is a big name. He's definitely a person that could compete with I don't know, an Image book. I don't know about a Big Two book, but like the fact that like no doubt like this is Batman. He is killing Two-Face and the Joker in this, you know what I mean?
Actually, he was on Ink Pulp. I was listening to an episode this afternoon, actually, and he let the B word drop, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" But they censored it. They censored it, so you don't hear him actually say it. He's like, "No, the vigilante." They bleeped out because he dropped the B word.
And this one chose in line. Like it does kind of both. It has the ultra violent, like murderous hero, and then it kind of like we said in the other episode, it switches to being kind of a more not safe for work, kind of dirty book. It doesn't go death of power.
Like, no, it's just like you coined it. Shadow fucking is pretty much as far as it goes.
Yeah, so nice though, eh?
Yeah. That's about as dirty as it gets. That silhouette there.
Bit of a martial law kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like if you read like his last Girl Scouts book, like his art has gotten like really, really surreal. So it's kind of cool to see him kind of almost go back to like normal form. Like it's very Sienkiewicz, I would say, ish.
Yeah.
But like it's a really gorgeous book, you know what I mean? Like
there's some really, really beautiful pages in there.
Yeah. I like him better when he's more readable. I don't know if that's not, I mean, I'm not trying to be like insulting or whatever, but like when his stuff's more
a little less abstract, like
him and Ashley would kind of do that. They'll like, their books just get really insane and
really loose.
It's almost unreadable,
But I think it's like that whole that method of never taking the pen off the paper.
Yeah.
Like in art school, you get that where you do the drawings and you always got to leave it on the paper when you're drawing. So it gives that really,
I think just when you're like, because when you're dealing with, a reader, right? Like you're catering to a reader, right? So you got to think about them and, it's got to be easy on them, really. I don't know. You don't want to make it too much of a chore, right? Because I have a couple of books of his where it's like, I'll just flip through it because I like the artwork, but it's like, I can't read it. I don't know why.
Yeah, Joe's got one that like is even written by like one of my favorite writers, man, Joe Casey. But like the Miami Vice remix, you know what I mean? Like it's a gorgeous book and like it's even colored. It's really nice. But like, man, the way that the word bubbles are and stuff, it's a really hard to read book.
Yeah, Department of Truth got that way for me.
I love the book. I definitely recommend getting it. Like I think that it's still on sale on
the lettering. The lettering is challenging at times.
Okay. Is it like hand lettering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's when Mahfoud really started to get loose. It's not as crazy as like his last couple Paper Girls things, but like, or not Paper Girls, Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
But like, I do highly recommend getting that book. I think it's still on sale at Book Outlet, like I said. But it's kind of difficult to like actually get through.
Yeah, I think for bootlegs, I think like my personal preference, I always like kind of like I've been using this term lately. It's like a smash and grab, right? It's just a quick in and out. Let's get the story up before the cops show up, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's an easy, quick read. And a few laughs at the end, kind of thing, right?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, like even the ones that are seeming to be going to be pretty long, I think the Death of Power is going to be probably around 100, 200 pages when it's all said and done. But like at the same time, the way it reads, like
it'll be quick. Yeah.
It's still got that that snatch and grab feel like you were talking about, and Mahfoud's got a 48 page. Mahdi's are usually around 30 pages, I think, is like his normal page count for his comics.
And Mahfoud is going. His next one's going to be a Spidey.
The Arachnid Defender, I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
Arachnid something.
It's interesting though, like when you're like a name like him, right? Where he's got quite a following, and his name's out there. I wonder if like the more popular you get, the more riskier it is for you to do.
That was
if you start making money, they're going to come after you for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, like people are going to notice him. Like there are people, people know who he is, right? I'm sure there are people in the big two that know him.
Well, I think he's got covers for our at least for Dark Horse and Image and stuff. I don't know about.
Yeah, but he's very when he talks about it, he's very careful too. When he talks about it, like he knows he's towing the line, right? It's just a matter of time that.
I think he saw this Savage Street Vigilante was pretty close to Batman. I think that like he is going out of his way to kind of make this next one legally distinct. I think his Spider-Man one is going to be not as close as his Batman one was, because like he's even like gotten further away with the naming. And like the splash page he kind of showed for it, it shows like Spider-Man with a car. So like I think that it's going to be legally distinct this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it might be a mix of Spider-Man Noir with, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Well, I'm gonna get the PDF for it. Like what he wants for his physical copies on Kickstarter is crazy, but
it's funny though. There is like you're constantly looking over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like you're always like, I find it's like I'm always checking my emails or my messages. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for it.
What would have been wild if he was at Montreal Comic Con.
I was thinking about that too. Fuck, I was thinking about that too. Right? Georgie just walks by. He's like,
he grabs all the copies and just takes off with them. Mine, yeah.
I'd let him take it. Fuck, go for it. Go for it. As long as I get a photo of him like trashing it or something, right? That'd be kind of funny, I guess. But yeah. Whew, fucking risky business, man.
But let's say you're at a con. You or anybody that makes like a bootleg of, let's say, because that's more personal, right? Like you said, it's a smaller IP. He's the direct, like he created it.
Yeah,
like
it is, yeah.
Let's say you're lining up and you're like, fuck. Do you put your book out or do you keep that one packed away? You know what I mean?
If he's
go
there,
up to him and have him sign it. You're like,
no,
have him autograph it.
No, I think I want to let this thing get organic and just have someone kind of say, "Hey, did you know there's whatever?" Right? That's probably what that's eventually going to happen, right?
You're at the same con, right? Like
that'd be fucked up. That'd be
You'd
so
be like,
weird.
I'd be hesitant to put the book out on the table, like.
I know, right? I know.
Or just put a few. That way, if he does come and like fucking, maybe he's like, I'll buy them all. How much are they? You're like, yeah, sold out.
I mean, well,
your table's pretty crowded, man. Like you have a rocking table. Like at least your past couple of setups. I mean, like
Montreal's gonna be pretty bare bones. Like I'm gonna because I'm flying, right? So I can only take so much.
Yeah.
And I'm running into a bit of an issue right now because I only have 5 copies of Jacoby issue 2. And so I like to kind of sell stuff in sets. So Scout sent me a package that got lost. So now it's like they sent me a second one at no cost. And now it's like it's stagnant. It's sitting in a warehouse in Winnipeg for like a couple days now. It's not moving. So I'm like, shit. So I'm just like, I'm a little concerned. So
yeah, but it's in Canada, so that's good.
Yeah, well, at least it's in Canada, so we'll see. But yeah, I can only take so much on a plane,
and it's through Post Canada.
UPS.
Okay, so yeah.
I don't know.
You know what it is? UPS, right? UPS holds on to your package till you pay the duty fees.
Oh, I already paid it.
Oh, you already paid it? Okay.
Yeah, no, I paid it, but it's been like warehouse scanned for like 2 days now, so it's not moving yet. So I'm a little
shit.
I'm a little concerned. So I might just only have like 5 sets of Jacoby available in Montreal. Then I think I'll just push that bootleg like a fucking fiend.
And I gotta say the cover, the redraw, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love this. I love this cover compared to what you originally had. Like,
yeah, it's funny. I did the cover before I even wrote the damn thing.
Yeah,
the first one, and so he looks nothing like the interior looks nothing like that old cover, right? So it was just not. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like doing portraits now, like for covers.
Yeah, I love the play on the black with the background. I love when the monochromatic type, I don't know what you call that, where the color just molds into the costume,
like a negative space.
Yeah, I love that. And it's almost a play on that, so it's pretty cool.
I think what it is, I'm just kind of enjoying this whole black and white thing where I can just fill up space with a lot of black. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But I got like sketch covers too, right? So I'll probably I'll probably do a couple tick drawings on those too. So I'll really put myself in a hole if what's his face is there.
Yeah. You have something else that's coming up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. July 1st, Canada Day. So yeah, we got the Kickstarter launch. Come with me, I'm on my way. Our horror anthology. Four tales of I should read this. Four Tales of Misfortune by SNFU. So SNFU, Canadian punk bands from the 80s up until, I don't know, a few years ago. Lead singer passed away, so obviously they're defunct. And so we took 4 tracks from their debut album, and no one else wanted to play, from 1985. And so I wrote 2 of the stories. Dylan Corbuser wrote 1, and he's drawing the whole thing. And then Christian Basaraba wrote one of the stories as well. So we got that, July 1st. Kickstarter run for a month. And then Dylan's really close to finishing the book. So he should have that. We should have that like in people's hands, like, I'm going to guess September, maybe October at the latest. And then we're going to do a launch. We're doing a launch party here in Edmonton at a place called the Starlight Room. Because Christian, one of the third guy in our group, he's in a Bad Religion cover band called Dad Religion. And so they actually recorded a 4-track EP of the SNFU songs that we're writing stories about. So Dad Religion is going to perform. I think there's like a couple other bands there. We're going to set up a merch table, like gig style, and proper release party after, I guess, the Kickstarter finishes.
So Dylan's drawn the whole thing now.
Yeah, it's crazy too, right? Like, he's been showing us pages, and Dylan's like just really elevated his work. Like, he's done really well with it so far.
So this is the vinyl. You're making a vinyl to go with this Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, so there's a vinyl. So Christian and his band, so they pressed I think 1,000 copies of this EP. And so I think that he has now. It actually came in. So yeah, so it's here, and it's just going to be part of the reward. We'll have like physical copy, and then physical copy of the book with the vinyl as well. So we're not going to go overboard. Like, there are no variant covers for the book. It's just one cover.
Yep, I respect that.
Yeah, one cover for. Dude, I'm like so done with variant covers. Like, you don't understand. I'm just like, financially wise, especially for like small, like micro press guys like me, like the more covers you do, the more diluted it is, and you gotta basically pay X amount for a minimum amount of books, right? So I'm buying like 100 copies of a cover, I might sell 5 of, you know what I mean? And so it's taking away sales from like the main cover, and it's just too much, right? I mean, it's a nice way to like give work to other artists, but no, I just like just one and done.
How big is it going to be?
4 pages. Oh, sorry, 4 pages. 4 stories, 7 pages each. So it's a 28. Because we wanted to make sure each story had 7 pages, because SNFU, all their album titles are 7 words. So it's a play off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so July 1st. How many pages is it?
28.
28 total?
28 pages, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Dylan's been posting some of the pages. It's a good looking book.
He's having a good time, right? And Dylan's like he's a true, a true blood metalhead, I mean, this is punk genre that we're doing, but it's funny, so I introduced Dylan to SNFU when we kind of first met, right? And it's funny because like I'm old enough to be his dad, you know what I mean? So I kind of felt like I've sort of passed down something to my adopted son, right? So, and he's really taken to the band.
I think if you guys promote this properly, I think it's going to do really well.
The community's there. Like, SNFU's got a really rabid community, right? So it's a whole different community that we're catering to, which is kind of neat. So we'll see. There's no, like, we talked about, we did briefly had a conversation. Well, should we submit it to like publishers? And then we're like, fuck that. No. Like, so amongst the group, there's like no interest at all to approach a publisher with it. Yeah. And so we're just kind of doing it on our own.
Yeah. Does it fall on like an anniversary of anything?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's So it's
Like,
the
is it?
30th anniversary. Yeah, 30th
It is the
anniversary of the
30th, eh?
debut.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So there was so Christian is he knows this one record label out of California who I guess they got the rights to re-release the albums, SNFU albums. I think the early albums. And so they were going to do a re-release of that album that we whatever. And so there was, I don't know where that's going to go, but there was discussion of like, including the book with the album or something.
Yeah,
Um,
that would
if
be
that
cool.
happens, yeah, it would be cool. So again, that's one of those things I don't know if that's happened for sure, but it was thrown out there.
Because you get like these anniversary editions, like where they put these big, like record-sized booklets in it, and you have like gig flyers and stuff like that, posters. So it'd be cool if that like slip that comic in there, and people get a comic with it. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's like the stories are great. I mean, it's just honestly, and Dylan's really like he's interpreting that.
Yeah, I love Dylan's art, like Metalhead Samurai. Actually, like I have the issue 2 of Trakovi Kickstarter edition that he drew of Wendy up on my wall. I love that cover so much.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Metalhead Samurai, and we're talking about bootlegs. I've been wanting to like just go ahead and write a Metalhead Samurai story. And just kind of like sort of slide it to him, right? Just thought of, say, hey, guy, just surprise him or something one day, right? So I don't know if he'll, whatever, or I should just draw one.
I love that universe. I also like that kid's book he did.
Grubbits.
Grubbits,
yeah. That was great. No, I was really hoping like he would like, further that character and do another follow-up. I know he put together like a really decent proposal package to, I think he sent it out to Image, possibly Dark Horse, and somebody else. It obviously didn't come into fruition, right? Which is too bad. I was really hoping it would have.
Well, I mean, we're in a funny time with publishers too. Like,
Image,
a lot of known.
They just want to put out IPs, man. They just want to put out Space Ghost or Racer X, Speed Racer. Like, there's all that. That's what people. I think, like, if you want to get caught and in trouble, like, you need to do a bootleg of like G.I. Joe, and then like, you'll have fucking Kirkman after your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be funny if someone did an Invincible bootleg.
I don't think even to tell you the truth, from what I understand. Like,
what's that?
Never mind.
Yeah, but even established creators that have worked with bigger publishers are having a hard time getting their books greenlit with, like, we know a few guys that have worked with Image and they moved on to other publishers because Image is just
guys
not interested in the same books anymore. Like, so
deals and basically told us that like these books are going to be released by these big labels, and like, it's 3 years later. We don't know if that shit's ever coming out. You know
what? There's just too many stories of like guys not getting paid and projects getting canceled that are like near completion, and it's just like one thing after another. And you kind of get to a point where it's like, am I going to make a living off of drawing comics, right? For a publisher, and unless I do like 20 conventions a year or expos, the answer is no, I'm not, right? So I just sort of like, it's funny, like, I no longer romanticize about getting onto a publisher, or I have no interest in putting together a proposal. Nothing. It's a non-starter with me. Like, I got no.
You're too twisted for Big Two, man. Like, maybe if old school Vertigo was still around, I could see you like you're like working for that. Like,
even the smaller publishers, I don't care. It could have been maybe because of like the whole Scout thing. But I just like, when I was at Calgary Expo, I was talking to this one creator. She had her book through this other publisher, about Scout size, and I always thought they're like, pretty cool. And she's like, no, they're just no trouble paying. They're just a bunch of dicks.
You have to pay your own production, like as a creator at Image. Brubaker, one of them guys with the deal. Like, you pretty much have to pay. Like $30,000 to get your book published and like put out there, and then you can maybe think about like split, and then you still have to pay half to Stevenson and them, which is cool. I mean, like, it's a market that's worked for a long time, but like the way that comic books are and the way that like crowdfunding and self-publishing has really taken off in the past couple of years, I think that like Image might like start readdressing either that or they'll just go hard into just like pumping out Toy Factory crap like they've really just settled.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's funny when you really think about it. It's like, are you really a publisher? You're more like, you're basically like you're the middleman, right? You're facilitating printing and distribution. That's all you're doing. You're not marketing. What are you publishing? You're putting in an order into the printer. That's all you're doing, right? You're paying somebody like minimum wage to like, put the book together, right? Like some kid that basically like takes your PDFs that you put together, and all they're doing is just formatting it and sending it off. They're uploading it to a site, and you're the one that's marketing it. You're paying for really.
You should do a GI Joe bootleg since you have an affinity for the series. I remember like, the GI Joe number 13. You like having to look.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the rock and roll cover. Yeah, I know.
I don't know, like that could be hella fun. You know what I mean?
I'm honest to God, boys. I'm so focused right now on this pervert Hulk book. Like I'm just imagining him just like the silhouette of him like hovering over a town, right? The silhouette and his big dick just kind of just flapping
dangling between.
And also too, it's like the cover, right? Just this big face of Hulk, right? And his pervert Hulk, right? You know what I mean? Like that would like if I was like an attendee at a con or an expo and I saw that across the aisle, fuck, I'm straight for it. I don't want to know what's inside of it. That cover's got me. The title's got me. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to jail, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna draw it though?
I'll draw it.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I'm in the room, Johnny.
I'd like to see your pervert Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, Joe's would be cool, but like Joe doesn't got that like beautiful cartoony style that you.
Oh, let's Joe. You want to draw it? Alrighty, you want to draw it?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we could talk about it.
You know what? We're gonna be in Montreal. We're gonna be like at some seedy bar, right? We're gonna get so blitzed, right? We're gonna like ask like the waitress or whatever for like paper and pen. We're gonna draw the goddamn thing.
Well, everything goes well, and it looks like it might, man. That like you're gonna have a Comic-Con exclusive at your table. That's not just the Tick. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be pushing our own propaganda.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm really excited, actually. Like, because like Joe's been like sending like updates on pages and
oh my god, dude, yeah,
great, man. It's like, guy, you gotta like put that shit out more. Like, it's just like I don't think too many people realize like what you can do.
Well, it's because I don't do it. I got to get back into the swing, right?
You're in the swing. You're swinging it. You're swinging right now.
Yeah. Well, no, it's more about production.
See, that's the thing that you could do, Joe. You could bring back your dick pics, and then you could do a book of that, and you could sell it on Kickstarter. You know what I mean? And people would buy that because it's.
I didn't do proper scans of the ones I already sent out.
I know, but you could redraw them.
Yeah. There's actually a guy in. I've saw him at the last few expos. Richard Farragay. I think it's Farragay.
Oh, you still got the Swamp Thing. Good. Like the Cylon was probably my favorite. See what I mean? Like if you do a book of those, you know what I mean? I could see that selling huge, especially
got that one. I got the Fulci's. When I sent him a package, I forgot to load it in. Just sick.
I'm gonna try to find this guy's name here.
Oh shit. They're gonna fall over. If you hear a bang, don't worry.
Yeah, Joe just broke his hip. He's gonna get hip replacement surgery. At least he's in Canada.
The board's a little higher up than I had to stand on the chair. My office is a mess. I gotta get a proper work area. That's kind of one of my main issues. Got the magic dick.
Yeah,
that Fulci's. I have to send the magic dick to Fulci.
That was really huge. People love that character and that version of the character now because of that Marvel Rivals game, dog.
And the teenage dicks.
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant dicks.
I just got that music from Superbad now playing in the background.
Yeah. Did I? Oh, I already put yours in the package. I haven't sent yet, John.
Hey, by the way, Joe, you haven't introduced us to your co-pilot behind you.
Yeah, that's Dolly.
Yeah. Oh, dude. In the derelict books that I just got, there's a blow up doll issue in that, dude, which is hella funny. Like it kind of reminds me a lot of the everything super issue.
That's gonna be your roommate for when you come down. She's gonna be sitting in the corner. That's office / spare room. Pat the other day, she's like, "So the lights off? It's the windows here, so you see the silhouette, right? And every time she walks by the room, she jumps because she thinks there's someone in the room."
Oh my god!
I think it's weird though, because also she's a blonde and she's wearing a "Something's Killing the Children" mask, so it kind of looks like you got a kink for Ginny Slaughter.
That'd be funny. There's your bootleg right there. "Something's Killing the Children" bootleg, just a blow up doll with the. Hey, something's killing the buzz.
Yeah. Well, she's wearing a mask, so you don't.
Oh
that's
my
the
god!
reveal. You pull it down for the.
Hey, it'll be a story called "Something's Killing the Bachelor," right? So it's basically like this living blow up doll, but she gets passed around at bachelor parties and just
something's killing the virgins.
Oh my god!
Something's killing the virgins. Yeah. So she's a blow up doll, making sure no one's a virgin anymore.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. But no, there's this creator artist named Richard Fairgray, and so he has this thing where he's got his books where, but he offers to draw dick pics right there for I think $20.
Okay.
And so I guess he's just hand over fist. I mean, he's just drawing dicks all weekend. And
that's all right.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people make money. We talked about Tim Vigil earlier. I haven't read this Batman comic, but I can guarantee you he's rocking a tree trunk cock in it, man. Tim Vigil, big and veiny, dog.
So you know what? With Pervert Hulk, we could have a moment where Pervert Hulk is resting, but he rests on his dick. So it's like a kickstand.
Yeah, he just leans forward.
All tired. He just sleep.
Kickstands it.
But as he's there, it will have a scene where the rain starts coming down. He falls asleep, and his dick just kind of keeps going into the ground.
And he falls over.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be absolutely epic. Seriously.
I think that's we covered all the books, right?
John, most of the ones that we've known. I mean, like we said, these kind of comics kind of go back to as long as because if you go to Mexico and stuff, you could always get porno DC Superman comics and stuff like that. They've kind of always made them. Yeah, that's why the Tijuana Bible thing. I don't know if they're actually called that. I know Alan Moore started people calling that in The Watchmen, but it's basically a pornographic superhero comic.
What's there's one here that I see a picture. I don't know if you showed it. This one. What's this?
Oh, that's just a drawing.
Oh, that's Maddie.
Maddie did, yeah. For his Spider-Man Blackout, he's kind of been.
Oh yeah, I saw this one, the Batman. Okay,
yeah. That's great.
Yeah. I just kind of got some cool Maddie pictures because he's kind of one of my favorite bootleggers. He's one of my favorite people. Period. I've just gotten enthralled with his comics. Between me and Joe, we virtually own kind of almost everything he's done at this point ish. There's a couple comics we still need to get, but it's really such a cool scene. You know what I mean? It's just this whole his whole thing is almost bootleg. If you even Steel Streets, not just Ninja Turtles though. There's a lot of stuff that goes into Steel Streets, which makes it great. You know what I mean? There's even some Rob Liefeld love. I think with kind of the shape of the character, how Hiroshi's shaped, kind of looks like something Rob would draw. So I think that he really is just showing his love to the 80s and 90s with the book.
People shit on Rob, but his early stuff was really good.
Yeah, no, I remember high school. He was it was always Todd, but Rob is right there. You know what I mean? And even too now, it's his line work's really good. It is really good. I mean,
I think it just got a lot of guys just kind of sort of mailing it in.
Well, that last Marvel book he did, what was it? Major X or whatever. That was actually like drawn very well. Just he just didn't do backgrounds, but his characters look fucking awesome in that book.
Yeah, no, he still does good work. Yeah, I I mean he's been annoying, just with the shitty posts and all that. It's like it's funny,
he
like
can be up his own ass, yeah, but like I think he's memeing when he does that now, kind of really.
Well, it was funny because like he was all pro. I'm getting more yellow as the show's going, by the way. But it's funny because like he was like all pro, MCU, right? Up until I guess he didn't get invited to some after party at Deadpool Wolverine or something, and since then he's just been like fucking trashing everything MCU.
Better not going to that movie. I mean, like I agree with Joe. Like I like a lot of the MCU stuff, but like Wolverine Deadpool was hard to get through, man.
You know what? It's funny. It's like theater. Yeah, it was fine. And then I watched it again. It was like it was fine. It's fine. It was just like cameo. It just kind of felt like
I like about it just kind of happened at the end. I liked Blade and I liked X-23.
Yeah, that was okay. Like I honestly really like for me I don't know, like Thunderbolts for me was like that was the one movie I was really looking forward to, and that one for me was a payoff. Like I love Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that's actually like, and I think a lot of people have the same opinion. Like it definitely got me perked back up, especially since a lot of the characters kind of came from projects I wasn't super fond of.
Yeah, I liked every character in it, right? Like I love the dynamic between Red Guardian and Yelena. Like for me, like Yelena's like an upgrade to Scarlett Johansson's Natasha. I think she's a more superior Black Widow for me, right?
And that movie is basically a bootleg comic of actual like Thunderbolt shit. You know what I mean? Like Marvel MCU actually made their own bootleg of their own characters with that. You know?
Yeah,
I mean? It paid off because they kind of like leaned into the same stuff that like the bootleg kids are doing. I think that's why it was such a fun movie.
Do the Thunderbolts ever become the Avengers in the comics?
No, they rocked with them pretty closely. Like at one point,
that's the one thing I was like,
and like that's when like Hawkeye was kind of involved with the Thunderbolts. That was after like Zemo got kicked out and shit. But it was pretty cool. I mean, like
like the end where they're like new Avengers. I was like, come on.
I was kind of
you have to go there. I was like, just keep it Thunderbolts. Why do you have to turn them into the Avengers? It's like,
you know that like Falcon's going to have to join it, or Captain America, and that's going to be funny because there's going to be 4 Captain Americas on the team.
Well, there's supposed to be competing Avengers, right? There's supposed to be Sam Wilson's Avengers, and then
so they're going to kind of
do the war thing again.
Yeah,
it's like.
Well, no, it's kind of like what they did with Marvel now when they had all the different Avengers teams, but like a lot of them were kind of working against each other because there was a bit of rivalry between the teams.
Yeah,
it would have been just cool if they were their own thing, doing like their own unique villains, and like quirky. And
I knew they were going to do it as soon as I saw the asterisk next to the name and
the name,
and then that Sentry was going to be in the movie.
I like how they handle the Sentry. I like the whole dark story to this.
I'm hoping that they kind of do what they did in the comics. I loved like what happened at Siege, man. Like Sentry like rips Ares in half, and then Thor just comes over and fucking murks him with a thunderbolt. Like, it was just a great fucking payoff. You know what I mean? Because like Sentry kind of really becomes like working with Norman Osborn, which I think that they're kind of working instead of with Norman Osborn, they're going to do it with the lady from Seinfeld. Yeah. And he's going to just become like this kind of authoritarian, just machine that like murks anything that kind of like doesn't say what, doesn't do what like leader says. That's kind of like how he ended up in the comic. And I think that they can do that story really well. I think that they picked a really good actor. Like Bill Pullman's kid's really good, and like the best thing about him is he can imitate his dad perfectly. So like I think that he can like actually do that story and make it pretty impactful. If Marvel actually do a dramatic story for once.
I like the effect.
The shadows.
That
was great, man.
It was awesome. It made me think of War of the Worlds in the beginning, where the aliens just vaporize people.
You know where they
kind of gave me those vibes. Yeah,
it actually got inspired from the Hiroshima Nagasaki bombing.
Yeah, actually,
okay.
we get nuked.
Yeah, you got nuked and there are actual shadows burnt into
the ground.
Yeah, so that's where they got that from. So that was like shit when I kind of read that.
And I enjoyed the like going into the psyche where there are like different rooms and all that. I thought that was well done. The end of the movie was really good. Then like
I really enjoy the U.S. agent, man. Like
he's my favorite.
He reminds me of
character.
Me too.
Fulci, right?
Yeah, I loved him in the comics, right? Like I loved his original run in Captain America. He's just always been. I've always liked when they've kind of taken like a hero.
This always looks so cool, right? And like I love that the suit actually works in live action.
Oh, the outfit's great, man.
I would have liked the red to be a little more though.
Yeah, maybe
just a bit more, just a little. It was honestly a little too muted.
He's had a better costume than any of the Captain Americas, apart from Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier still is my favorite Captain America.
See, that's the thing. They benched, I think, Bucky for far too long in this movie.
Should have used him more?
He should have came in sooner, shorten the movie a little bit, and reintroduce him sooner. Like when he comes back in and with the limo scene and all that, with his fist, with the cable. That was like, I was like, there we go. This is a fucking superhero movie. I want to see super shit, you know?
I gotta tell you though, his glow up in the after credits, like that was probably the best I've seen Bucky look live. Like he's just like his outfit and even his hair,
he's a great character. I mean, so
he's probably my favorite MCU character, really.
But it was good. Like, I mean, like any movie, I was like, Johnny knows I have fucking run times are the bane of my existence.
I don't think that movie was too long at all.
It was 2 hours and 9 minutes, which was,
really felt quick.
Shave off. I like it 2 or less.
It felt like 90 minutes to me, man. Like I didn't know.
Like between 90, like an hour and a half to 2 is like the sweet spot. Anything
like
over 2, I'm like.
I watched Brave New World again a couple nights ago. Man, that thing just flew.
Well, the problem is, it's like they didn't have a good fight between him and the villain. Like he just like runs into Giancarlo Esposito on the side of the road in some oaky town, and like he beats him there. And then like you wait 20 more minutes for him to fight the Hulk. Like I was sadly disappointed. I had a lot of hype for the film. I still think that Sam is a great Captain America. I'm really hyped for what they could do with the character. I just think that they tried to shoehorn Red Hulk into it, and they kind of killed it from being like a pretty cool movie where he fights the Serpent Society.
Somebody made a good point about with Sam saying the one thing that they really was hoping to see in Brave New World was you would see more of Sam's background, which I guess he did in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but kind of see him more like, where he lives, you know what I mean? How he deals with being Captain America kind of thing, right? It's like a little bit more into that.
I don't get why he's like the only Captain America that has to drive a big, ugly pickup truck. Steve rode a motorcycle. Bucky rides a motorcycle. Why is Sam always in an ugly ass Ford pickup? Like, I don't know. It's not a cool deal in my opinion. You know what I mean?
You can't. It's hard to put big booty bitches on the back of a bike, man. Gotta put them. Need a 4x4 to carry with a big ass like that, Get those big ass ladies. Anyway, I'm done with the Avengers. Give me some more Ghost Rider or
I want
some Blade. Give me something darker, something
dude. With Werewolf by Night being like the most popular thing they've done in a long time, and still kind of is like really highly regarded as like one of the newer things. Like they've never done anything else with it, that or like anything close to it. Like they haven't tried to play with Dracula with a mustache or any of like the other horror stuff. I think could be fun. Like especially if they try to work Moon Knight into that, like he should be, instead of them trying to just jump into Jeff Lemire. I think that like they should have had Moon Knight show up as like a monster fighter, like he kind of showed up originally.
Do a whole Midnight Suns and keep it separate from the Avengers thing.
There is that rumor
don't force it in so it's all connected.
Well, the problem is like the problem with the Midnight Suns thing, why it never got off the ground, is because of the Blade debacle. Like they could never
right? How do they botch that? Like how hard is this to do a Blade movie?
And then they lost like the greatest actor they could probably find. I don't know. There's a couple other guys I think that could play very well. But like
I mean, they fucked up right from the start. It wasn't R-rated.
But
So
I think with
the vampire, like there was going to be no blood. It was all going to be like some kind of weird creatures that bled green. I mean,
that's the good thing that might come out of Wolverine and Deadpool is they might actually make an R-rated and with what was the R-rated thing that they just put out?
But like, I mean, the original Blades keep the humor dry, like not even that funny, like almost corny, where it's not even like those lines that Wesley Snipes delivered.
Yeah,
you know, like
always try to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, like and just leave it. Like don't,
That's one of the
classic
lines in film history, man.
The template's there though with Blade 2. It's like just get Guillermo del Toro back and then just say, hey, have at her. Give him some money for once, right? Where because it seems like del Toro seems to be begging for money on every film he wants to make, right? So just like give it.
Like I mean, they introduced Man-Thing already in the Werewolf by Night. I mean, you already have a few characters. They like to make these ensemble casts. They already have Moon Knight. They have Moon Knight. They have Daredevil. You have Punisher. I mean, you could easily bring back Ghost Rider. I mean,
the Werewolf by Night. Elizabeth Bloodstone. Like they
Bloodstone.
Comics already set up. I think that they had Hellstrom on Hulu, but like I think they might redo those characters. But I don't know, just bring over the Hulu actors. I thought they were fun. I really liked the sister in that show.
I tried Hellstrom. I don't know. I think I may have got to revisit it because it didn't really.
It came off as like a third-rate Supernatural with some
it didn't really land with me.
Like you kind of had to just be in the mood for like a mid show, but like it was kind of like there was better stuff. Like I liked the Cloak and Dagger show that was on Hulu a lot better.
Never did watch that. Is that all right?
Yeah, I actually dig it, man. Like it was made on a budget, and you can tell, but they were really clever with how they filmed like the when Cloak went into his cloak and shit. Like that they worked within their budget well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I was fine with them bringing those characters back too. I liked the kids that played Cloak and Dagger on that show that was I think it was originally on I forget the name of the channel, but like it's on Hulu now. Freeform? Yeah, Freeform was the name of the channel.
Oh, okay.
Basically, they used to be the Family Channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Revival is on Peacock now. You guys were saying?
Yeah, the first episode, I guess, is up on Peacock. So yeah, definitely going to be checking that. Oh, and the new season of Resident Alien started. I love the stupid show. I know comic purists dislike it, but like I love the comic. I thought it was so fun. But like the show, I mean, it's its own animal. It's dumb as hell, but like it's kind of like the same thing that they did with the Happy Show. I kind of hope that they don't go as wild with Revival though, because I really love the story of Revival, and I think it would make a great TV show if they just kind of kept it close to the comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Seeley wrote the hell out of that. When most people were loving Walking Dead, I was a Revival lover. You know what I mean? Getting those beautiful hardcovers. Those are the few kind of Image hardcovers I do have.
Oh, it's filmed in Nova Scotia, so
it's going to be cold. It looks cold as fuck, and like it's always snowy in the comics. So like like at least it's going to look proper. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Nova Scotia is snowy, right? I know Winnipeg is. We talked about that a little earlier. That's where Wolverine's from, right? Or no, he's from Saskatchewan.
He's in Alberta.
Is he in Alberta?
He's an Alberta boy. Yeah. It was a fictional place called Carson. Was it Carson City?
Carson City, Alberta, Canada.
No. Like, but it was fake though. Like whatever town. Oh, there's something. Or no. That was in the movie.
Laughlin City is where they found him in the movie.
City, Carson. What the fuck's Carson City? That's
Carson City is in Nevada. It's where Kit Carson used to hang out all the time. It's a classier place to go gamble.
Is 20 years later full release this weekend, or is it just limited release?
July 7th, I think, is when it comes. It's going to be out.
The official. Okay, so now whatever people are going to see now is just limited screenings.
Probably.
I thought it's full already now.
I might be wrong, but I thought I saw it say it was in theaters July 1st or July 7th, something like that.
Okay.
So I thought it was a couple weeks from now.
Cool.
So yeah, you were asking on Phono when that was coming out. So Adrian, you got some stuff coming up, right? You're like partying down at a couple comic shops, or have you already done that?
What's that?
Your meetups, weren't you doing some stuff at some comic shops, or I saw you posting about it on Instagram?
Well, you dropped off some of your books.
Oh yeah, no, I got the bootleg in a bunch of shops here in Edmonton.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that was. So yeah, but coming up though, I'm at we mentioned earlier, I'm at Montreal Comic Con, July 4th to 6th.
Yeah, 4, 5,
yeah,
6.
so that's coming up. So yeah, and so young Joseph here is going to be,
You guys are gonna get matching pajamas, man. I would like to do a show with you guys where you guys are both in the same. I don't know. If
we totally should. Yeah, we still have better lighting.
Well, that might be awkward because I sleep in the buff.
I didn't say we're gonna do one of them 3 in the morning episodes.
Just wearing socks. Just socks.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
It really will be like when I was always scared when Goose would stand up. Like
yeah.
You're reliving that fear again.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be good though. Like I said, so yeah, so Joe's gonna be with me at the table. I'll hook him up with a 3-press T-shirt.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look legit.
I got some machinations of how I'm gonna get a Revenge of the Spoon copy too. Like I gotta.
Yeah, I'll snag a copy for you.
We'll figure it out. We'll get you hooked up. So
because I have some other shit I have to send Johnny. So
okay,
I'm gonna pick up some stuff from Steph as well.
Yeah, Johnny, I'll just throw it in there. I'll just give it to Joe, and then
Word. And yeah, man. I see you've been posting a lot of stuff about Todd LeBlanc too as well.
Todd LeBlanc, yeah. So it's funny. It's like fuck, this thing's just like turned into like this. Honestly, it's gonna be like 60 pages. So, so I guess can I call it a graphic novel now?
Yeah,
60. Yeah,
60.
It's definitely a novella at this point.
What the hell's a novella?
It's a smaller graphic novel.
It's like a Starbucks term.
I think graphic novels is like, I think it's 68 pages to be an official graphic novel.
Sakes. So I got to grind it then right now.
Yeah, you need to like stretch.
Well, Image was starting to put out all these novellas there during the pandemic.
Well, a lot of their issue ones, like when they put out issue 1 of Monstrous, it was like a 75-page book, and same with The Wolf by Alice Cott, which you got recently, Joe. Like the issue 1 for that was a 70-page like graphic novella that they put out. Basically, they were kind of cool with that for a moment, but now they just...
What is it? Dracula motherfucker or whatever. That was a novella.
Yeah, Dracula motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's a novella. That size.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what's considered novella. The November series. There was 4 books. There were 4 novellas that made that series. At Fraction.
Like I was originally gonna just like I had thought, well, maybe I'll break it up into 2 issues, but then it's like I don't know. People just like to buy 1 book.
Yep.
I'm finding it at tables. Like it was like, like trying to sell like 5 individual copies of like Trakovi was, a chore at first, but then I'm like, hey, 5 issues for $30, and they're like, oh, okay, and
a good deal.
You throw in a copy of the sitter kind of thing, right? And but no, I'm like,
that makes the sale. That's your best book. Still at this point, in my opinion, man, I love The Sitter so much. Everybody should read that book. That is one of the best books that have come out in recent years, man. I love that. That is like I'm really excited for Todd too, because it looks like it's going to be just as demented. Maybe
oh my god, Todd's so good.
Yeah,
I'm so excited about Todd. Like you don't know. It's like this twofer character, like. The Google German dialogue is going to be probably so bad for like actual German speaking people. That's going to like, oh, I can't wait. No, it's good. It's fun. It's fun. I'm taking my time on this one. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Like, it's just like funny. It's like, you knock out a 20 pager in like 3 weeks, right? But this one, I'm probably looking September, October by the time I'm done.
Yeah, but I mean, you're doing pretty good. I figure.
Yeah, no, it's clipping along okay. So I'm back on it. So it's good.
You figure you fit in that the Spoon. That was 20 pages. Now you're up
Yeah.
to, you know, I think your production has gone up quite a bit, I find, over the past year.
Yeah, I feel it too. Yeah, I got a nice little clip going on too, and
Are you gonna kickstart that, or are you gonna self-publish? Or
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that because I got like the SNFU Kickstarter, and so it's one of those things where it's like I don't. My dog's snoring. I don't know if you can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, boys.
I thought it was.
Right.
Oh, I thought like.
Yeah, it's getting an hour and a half. I'm starting to fall asleep.
So it's funny. I'm not sure what to do here because I got the SNFU Kickstarter, so it's going to be under my name, the Kickstarter, because between the three of us, we decided like we'll just use my Kickstarter account, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to spam, you know what I mean? You know, saying, hey, another book, right? It's like a few months later. So I might just self-publish it, you know, and just kind of do like I did with Spoon, right? I'll just print off a small little run, you know, I'll hook up you guys, I'll sell it to whoever, and I'll take it to shows, and that's it. And then if I want to expand it, maybe I will do a Kickstarter, you know. I mean, I should do a Kickstarter because it helps cover printing costs, but I don't know. I'm okay with that. I don't need to like get into like, 100 people's hands, right off the bat. So I kind of like this, sort of like, what's his name? Wesley Griffith?
Yeah. Did you see his black and whites he's doing now? The smaller?
Yeah. But it's funny. It's like I messaged him. I'm like, hey, you ever do a Kickstarter? He's like, nah, I've been meaning to, kind of thing, right? So he's, yeah, I'm gonna have to get to it, kind of thing, right? But I kind of just like sort of like just not doing one. Maybe, I don't know.
Got 3 successful books under his belt. You know what I mean? Like even before he do a Kickstarter, like
the Beast
needs to. At this point, he's almost on that.
Grotesque.
Thunder Beast, was that it?
Thunder. Yeah, Thunder Beast is the Barbarian Grill one. That's a lot.
Yeah, that one's good too.
He's
half done with the Jump. You know what I mean? And
I love his stuff. I love his covers.
Yeah,
honestly, his covers are kind of like sort of like inspiring me to kind of like the more simplistic kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm kind of riffing off him a bit. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I just love his casualness. Just here it is. Come on down, right? I think I can just do that for a while and try to do more shows.
He was neat when we had him on too, because like he was talking about like how he likes to just kind of have fun and print out his own versions of his just like his own little zine versions. And I was just like, man, like if I did buy something off you, I want to get that. And that's kind of like what his new like smaller copies are now
of the Jump.
So,
like, and those are like I don't know, I love mini books. Like right now they're kind of like really like something that I'm into. I love like just the niche of it, especially like when a lot of people print them, like they don't print them glossy, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the times, and that's kind of what I'm into in comics, you know what I mean? And I hope you kind of get into that market a little bit too. I kind of like dig smaller size books, like David Lujan, like his books are always like cool and kitschy looking. I dig it, you know what I mean? Anything that I don't know, I'm kind of interested in anything that's kind of like at least trying to be cool and different and push something in comics, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about not having to deal with a publisher or whatever, right? You have that carte blanche to try new shit, right? So yeah, but I don't know, I just like maybe it's just like the age I'm kind of at right now. It's just like I don't have any panic. I'm not I don't know. I just
if you feel financially comfortable enough to do it, that's the main key. Is you got to be financially comfortable to try to.
But it's like I mentioned before. It's like I'm making books for you guys. You know what I mean? It's like that's really what it is at this point, right? And anyone else that jumps on board, great. And I got 3 or 4 shops here in Edmonton that, no questions asked, they'll carry a dozen copies or whatever, and the same guys come back, and then there's Calgary Edmonton Expo, and then hopefully Montreal will be a regular thing. And I don't know, I just like that. I just like this sort of like this chill approach to it, right? And the bootleg too, it's like, because of the bootleg, you don't want to make too much noise, right? You know what I mean? You just kind of want to come in, put it out, and then the cool thing about bootlegs too is like You put it out into the world, it's in the public, a small group of people. And then, all of a sudden, then like, maybe there's, people are talking to other people, hey, there was this bootleg for such and such character, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden there's like, oh, I got to find this book, and it's just this whole kind of like, urban legend kind of thing, or whatever. So, where can you find the book? You got to find the guy, right? It's not online anywhere kind of thing. And I don't know, the rareness of it, I guess, I kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that's kind of a neat thing that's going on with this bootleg stuff. I mean, like some of these guys is kind of really easy to get a hold of, like Mahdi and I think Mahfood. You got to go on his website, but like it's at a good price now. It's $20 for Savage Street Vigilante. So like all of these are like worth getting and worth picking up.
Yeah.
And but like I do like you're saying, like kind of the weird scarcity to them. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
nobody seems to be like pirating them. Which is a cool thing. I never see them up.
Mm-hmm. Well, nice thing too, like I have no problem paying, 10, even $20 for like something like this, right? Like these little bootlegs or whatever, because you got to think too, it's like there's only so many made, they're all small runs. Like no one's making like, tens of thousands of copies of these, right? It's like, like the Revenge of the Spoon, now it's like technically 200 copies, right? Of the first issue, and then only 15 of the sketch covers, right? So it's just, yeah, it's that, exclusivity of it, I guess.
Yeah. And like like even with like the like Death of Power and stuff, which is like got so many issues, like you gotta catch Kurt when you do, you know what I mean? And like I don't know if he has a web store. I'm pretty sure he does. But like that's kind of the fun thing. You got to hunt these things down. But the cool thing is like they're usually really cool priced. Like I don't mind paying. Like they're usually somewhere between $5 to $8 an issue.
Yeah, like I think for me these days, $10 is like a norm now for for these kind of books, right? Like really no questions asked on my end.
Yeah, and you get an experience with all of them. You know what I mean? Like check out Death of Power. Check out like Mahdi's books and
beautiful books. They're beautiful. I like the artwork's great. They're very distinctive. From one to the other. The writing's hilarious. Really, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit it's something for everybody.
So I mean, like to tell you the truth about the topic of the show, like how you guys broach fair use, how close you guys come to it. At the end of the day, I think that it's fun to kind of push copyright law, you know what I mean, and to see where those rules lie. And like I love that there are guys like you that are willing to kind of like take it there. You know what I mean? That's kind of fun. And like we said, though, at the same time, like it should definitely fall under fair use. It is parody. That is one of the clearest examples of it. But then again, copyright law doesn't rightly adhere to it. But like I think you're more so screwed if you're going after a Disney or a Marvel. So like Mahdi and like Mahfood are kind of like I think kind of a little more than like say you or like the the Charlie Brown guy.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know, like even like Star Wars too, right? Like how many like fan made films are there? Right.
I haven't even thought of like how many bootlegs that's probably like the bootleg king. I'm pretty sure there are Star Wars fans that are going to watch us and just be like, how the fuck could you guys talk about it?
I know, it's so funny. I was just thinking, I was like, we just did not mention Star Wars at all, right? And it's just like, and it's funny. It's like some of these like stories and like I said, the fan films, like
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, they're.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and there's some
that I like that these guys on YouTube do. They actually use the video game engine, the what's it called? Unreal.
And they the Unreal Engine, okay.
I'm telling you, like some of these fan films, where they actually get actors and all that, like, and it's so the quality is unbelievable. Like it's just
for Star Wars and Star Trek, Joe, it is unreal how many like just fan made projects there are that get made and like have great special effects, dude. They actually a lot of them like look really good. Like going back to the original one, like what was it, Troops, the play on cops?
Yeah.
Back in like I think the 90s, the late 90s is when like that came out. That was back when like you actually had to film it. You know what I mean?
So there's an artist that that I kind of hang out with. His name's Dan Worms, and so Dan is like, he's a brilliant artist, but he is like so entrenched in Star Wars lore. It's just like, so whenever I watch like, you know, Andor or whatever, I always like talk to him because he'll exfoliate more information or whatever for me, right? And he, like, you know, makes me look at these shows a different way. So I've been bugging him about doing like a Star Wars bootleg of some kind, right? Have him write it, you know, and then let me kind of draw it or whatever. Because I just like, I would be scared to kind of like write a bootleg of Star Wars, just because it's like, that fandom's bonkers, man. Like, they're nuts.
Yeah, dude.
And so I can see, like, you know, getting some kind of, you know, I don't know, hate mail or something, or who knows.
But I don't know, if you made it kind of more of a horny one, you might get like a really big you made Princess Leia and Han Solo have sex in a Star Wars.
C-3PO, Coruscant slut, or Gigolo.
Yeah.
Gigolo droid.
I did like Johnny said. I went to the Instagram page and loaded those pages. I forgot that I'd posted them all in sequence.
Okay, cool.
So, Joe, what size is your is the book going to be?
It's going to be legal, folded in half.
Oh, perfect. That's like a zine, basically.
Yeah. So that's the cover.
Yeah, black and white.
Yeah, black and white.
Okay.
Like that. Oh no, that's the last page. That goes down here. That's the last page. But I got the pencils done. I wanted to start inking this week, but it's been fucking hot, and I've been working long days, so I've been like just fried by the time I get home.
How hot is it over there? Am I gonna like melt out there?
It depends. I mean, you know, it really depends on the. Oh shit, that's not in order either. There you go. July. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'll set up an air conditioner in the room.
Okay, so I should bring like my little banana hammock. Hey, you know, I'm gonna walk around your house like a dirty European.
Yeah. So that's page 1. I think I have one ordered. Page 2. Page 3. So basically, the cover got the 2 characters.
Sweet.
Then this is kind of
off the clothesline clothes, so we're gonna go steal him some cool clothes. Basically,
the socks. I remember I commented on the socks. I love it. Just the you know.
Yeah, we're going find the shop. Man. Yeah, I'm actually gonna add a little something on the underwear. Yeah, I'm gonna write something. Yeah, and then
you got a bit of a Dylan Corbett vibe to this.
Yeah, you fine?
Yeah, seriously, honestly, yeah. Like, it's just, it reminds me of Dylan stuff right away.
Yeah. Then like go into the back employee room, whatever.
Basically, like you know, pickle punks from you know, old freak shows, and in our comic universe, they're basically Funko Pops, and like they got tons of them in the back of Hot Topic, and like I'm making fun of them, and like they break loose and attack us. That's
Sweet.
kind of
So each page, like,
do you got your pitch already?
We're just right now. We're just kind of fleshing out the world.
We have a couple issues actually kind of written, but like, yeah.
No, before the con though, right? Because you know you got to give the spiel, right? You know.
Oh well, it's based on our show, kind of, but like the comics fandom is like this kind of crazy reality that Joe gets sent to by the devil that farts in your mouth. And like we're trying to figure out how to get him back, you know, kind of like we go to the phono and talk to Elle, and like you're going to be there, like we said, with your dog. And yeah, we're just kind of like going to reference stuff that we joked about on the show, though. Like this one has the pickle punks we kind of joked around with J.M. Brandt about his artist. And then there's also going to be jokes about kind of stuff that we talked about with Fulci in this too.
Yeah. See on the back, the angle's not good, but the back of the jacket's gonna have Yoda Fulci.
Yeah.
Wait, and there's gonna be an insult.
Fulci in this book?
Yoda Fulci is going to be in the next issue that we do, our next flip book.
You got to put him in a Jesus and Mary Chain shirt.
No, the Jesus and Mary Chain cult are going to chase us down. We're going to be I'm going to be in an alley waiting for my weed, and he's going to be hanging out there because he's kind of like an Oscar the Grouch type Yoda dude, and I don't know why, but like we're gonna get talking about Jesus and Mary Chain. He's gonna start doing his thing, and like all over the fences in the alley, we're just gonna hear, "What did you say about JMAC?" And like these kind of crazy cult members start coming out of the woodwork after us. And like I forgot my sledgehammer, so I just cut and run and kind of leave Fulci there, and he's just still just talking mad shit. Well, like I bust and run, and like that's how I run into Joe. Basically, that's kind of be the point of our book. Is going to be Joe arriving, is going to be his half, and it's going to be me how I kind of run into him.
And my jacket on the back is going to be every time there's a shot in the back, I'm going to have an Fulci insult on the back, a different one each time. It's going to be kind of a little gimmicky thing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And Goose is going to be in there. He's going to be like the wizard in the park that like he's got a joke book that like are his spells, like this 101 dirty joke book that his teacher gave him. That he met him at the park in a van. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Goose lore in this book that's going to get worked into it. And yeah, we're going to be chasing down
that's just a 5-page teaser.
That's basically so awesome. I love the whole concept of it. So I love how you're just throwing stuff in like that.
It's going to be in English and French, which is going to be gangster. It's going to be
this one, yeah. And then we'll see for the rest there how if there's interest in if there's even worth printing copies in French. But
you might get a better like if you start doing what Adrian does and start taking them to your stores that you go to and like the PI, maybe we can get a bigger Canadian. I mean, we seem to have better rapport with Canadian artists too, like just how many we've had on the show. You know what I mean? Like we get along with that scene. So I wouldn't mind.
You guys have a good time with this. You're gonna expand. You're gonna do like a shitload of these books.
I hope so, man. Like me and Joe are having a lot of fun coming up with them. And like his art's great. And like I am getting my art up to snuff. I'm hoping that I can draw some stuff for the next issue. I really
and that's key. That's key. If you guys can write and draw your own stuff, then it's like you're off and running, man. Like you're not like
I'm not near as good as Joe. I might have him draw over my stuff a little bit to tell you the truth, but like I'm gonna try to draw my half of the next that is the plan.
I mean, even if you pencil it, Johnny, then just have Joe do the inking.
Yeah,
you know, I don't trace.
Whatever, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's great. You guys are so lucky. You got, you guys are going to be able to collaborate. You know.
Well, the good thing is, like, for backgrounds and stuff, I can draw alleys and garbage cans and stuff like that, which is where a lot of my my part of the ash can is going to take place. So,
I'm not a tracer.
Yeah, we just got to do, reference photos. You can, it's like I was watching a documentary on. It was a couple of Spanish artists that work for Marvel. I can't remember the names. Anyway, but they would like for backgrounds, they would just go, they would take photos.
Oh yeah.
They would just trace it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in manga, they kind of just take black and white photographs, make them very low res, and like just use them in the background. That's
it's honestly, there's nothing.
Maddie does that too.
As long as you listen, as long as you're not tracing over somebody else's art, right?
Yeah.
Just go take your photographs, go to an alley, trash can, whatever, take photographs, and then just seriously, just trace over those photographs. It's because that's what a lot of guys do.
That's what Tim Bradstreet does, and like he's got like a huge career. He's done so many fucking covers.
Because these guys run these guys have crazy deadlines, right? Like when you're working like for these big publishers, right? And so you got to do whatever trick you can to make things, to get shit done in time. So yeah, it's funny. It's like the whole tracing thing, backgrounds and that, used to be kind of a dirty thing, but now it's just like, it's just part of the business. Just,
Oh yeah, it's either get your stuff done on time, like John Romita Jr. says, or like Rob Liefeld it, man. Just draw your characters in like minimal backgrounds.
Oh fuck, dude! It's like in Revenge of the Spoon, I use like a lot. I just basically like I would draw some pages, then I would just go back, grab a couple of panels of characters' faces, and just reuse them again. So I'm basically like I'm like nicking off my own stuff, right? And
that book's got such a photocopy aesthetic to it, though. Anyways, like it literally like is like a punk rock zine. It really looks like it's been Xeroxed.
It's a zine. It's a glorified zine. You know, really, it's what it is, just with a bigger printing budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joe, do we still got Saturday or Sunday happening, or is that
Sunday's good? Sunday's good.
Okay. So Sunday, are we going? What time in noon?
2 o'clock my time, so 2 Eastern.
2 Eastern.
Which would be 1 o'clock Central, and that would be 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock
UK. 7 UK.
7 UK.
Yeah,
that's right. I just set up with Monty Nero. We're going to have him on July 19th at
noon my time and 5 his time.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll be part 2 of East of West.
We're going to be East of West. That's going to be weird catch up. I'm going to have to reread, and I'm definitely going to have to reclip because I lost all that work on my last computer.
Oh, it was on your other computer?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's fine. I can clip it. Plus, like, we're going to try to format the Sunday Spank different. We're not going to try to make it touch on the in-depth, like, fucking review of it ish. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're going to try to just go off of vibes a little bit, kind of like this episode was. So that should be fun. So join us on Sunday for that. And I like the afternoon episode. So our UK friends.
And remember July.
Yeah, remember July 1st.
You can go sign up. The pre-launch page is up, I believe, right?
Yeah, just go to snfu.tales on Instagram, and then you can the links in the profile.
And if you're in Eastern Canada, in around the 4th to the 6th, like, go to Montreal Comic Con and meet the fellas.
Montreal. I'm gonna brush off my French. I'll see if I can improve off of my 19% grade 9 French grade.
Wow,
that's the free one to go to, right, Joe? That's the one that's right out in the street.
No, no. This is the Comic Con. Yeah, this is at Place des Arts.
Oh, that's right. You said the Hobbits and shit are going to be there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, pretty much all the Hobbits are there.
No, that'd be great, dude. Get
Jean Grey's going to be there.
Try to get drops from it, people. Try to get them to say, like, how'd I get here? You know, that'd be awesome if you could get Elijah Wood to say that shit.
I don't know if I want to talk to celebrities.
Elijah Wood, though, man.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a big celebrity fan. I'll kick him in the shins.
Get Adrian to do it. He's very personable.
I plan to give my liver a bit of a workout when I'm down there. That's kind of like,
you guys are going to go see the Violent Femmes as well, too. So
that's
I don't know how much of it we're going to catch now. I looked into it. There's no opening band.
Oh, fuck. We're going to be sprinting through Montreal.
Well, it's not too far from each other. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what
we'll see. They're old.
Yeah.
I guess. I figure, they probably want to get in and get out pretty quick. I don't know. Like I said, if the encore, they usually play one of their bigger songs, so we'll probably still be able to catch a few songs. So.
You know what? It's gonna be shits and giggles.
They play 2 sets usually, right? From what I understand, like
I have no idea. I've never seen them.
Because like
first time.
They don't have openers a lot of the time, and from what I understand, they play 2 sets.
Okay.
So that maybe you could at least catch one of them. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. We'll see.
Looking forward to it.
Hopefully we'll see you guys Sunday, and and then we'll be back doing shows regularly.
After Montreal Comic Con.
Yeah, after Montreal Comic Con, a bit after. Like, Monty Nero is going to be on the 19th, and that's going to be our next episode after Sunday. Like, we're going to be taking a big break to help Joe out. But until then, you keep it classy, y'all. And like, here, I got to play the intro. Let me get down to it.
Outro.
I went past it. There we go.